Hey guys, this is a very special Fakesagan video. This might be the most important video that I've ever made in my 10 years here on YouTube. So I really hope that you all pay attention. Now, my last video that I made was about fidget spinner, hand spinner toys, and how I think everybody on YouTube needs one because we're all kind of autistic. We're all kind of spurglords that are somewhere on the spectrum, maybe like mild autistic spectrum. Maybe some of us are a little bit more severe, but we're all on there. And you know, that seems like such a silly, innocuous little topic that you wouldn't expect it to lead to greater wisdom, and yet it has. For me, it has led to great wisdom. Sophia, O-C. Because that's where wisdom comes from, guys. It comes from the Holy Spirit. It's a gift. And I have been praying for it. I mean, when I say my prayers, and it's not really cool to talk about your prayers as Orthodox, but I'm going to do it anyway because I think it's worth it in this instance, and it does more good than harm. When I pray, one of the things that I always ask for, and I never forget to include it, is like, Lord Jesus Christ, please send down your Holy Spirit upon me to give me wisdom, soften my heart, magnify my love and obedience for you, and etc. I don't say etc. in the prayer. I'm just saying that for the YouTube video. But I think it's actually been working because I've reached an insight, and it's about ponage and drama. See, what I've realized is that all drama on YouTube and all ponage videos, 100% without exception, when you really look at what it is, it's psychological projection. This is people projecting their own insecurities and things they don't like about themselves onto other people and getting angry about it. Without exception. I mean, like, look at any shit fight on this website, and that's what you'll find it's really about. Like, people are, they're poning someone else, but they're really poning themselves, and they're talking about themselves. And, you know, I was all ready to fucking go at it with the DP. And I was going to make a brutal ponage of TJ, my former best friend. And believe me, I could have done it. I mean, I know all the skeletons in that guy's closet. I know about, like, things that happened when his dad left him and his brother, and when he came back, and fucking the relationship that TJ and Scotty have with each other off camera that you guys don't get to see. And you know, I mean, like, I'm veering into ponage by even talking about this stuff, so I'm gonna stop. But the point is, like, I could have made that video, and I was gonna get into all this, and my justification was, like, I'm defending my friends that I have now. Like, I'm defending Brett Keane and Jesus Freak and the YouTube Christians here. But I'm never gonna make that video now. I'm not gonna do that. And if anybody thinks I'm chickening out or I'm a pussy, because I'm sure that's what those guys are going to say over at the DP, I'm comfortable with it. Like, I'm okay with this. That's all right. I mean, like, I know who I am. And I know that I'm a fearless guy. I mean, the truth is, if some shit went down tomorrow, some shit hit the fan stuff, like the US government decides to fully crack down, full authoritarian, tyrannical, and do, like, a martial law kind of situation, I would be that Tiananmen Square tank man. Like, I would be that fucking guy. I would be the guy standing in the middle of the street with a semi-automatic assault rifle in both hands. Do you have two semi-automatic assault rifles, one for each hand? Yeah, I do. Big ones, too. But I would be that guy standing in the middle of the street just like, come on! Am I really proud of that or anything? Like, no, it's fucked up, but I do think that people like me exist for a reason. I think God put people like me here to defend others because, like, a guy like me who truly isn't afraid of death, that gives everybody else on the block time to escape. That gives them time to, like, get their family out of the house and run away. And I really am just like a fearless guy like that. Like, I'm spoiling for the fight all the time. I ain't scared of shit. I'm like a truly YOLO, no limit nigga. I mean, that's just who I am. Like, one of my favorite things to do in high school when I was a kid is my friend Jim liked to drive really fast. He was always getting tickets and shit. And what I would like to do is hang on to the roof of his car, which he was okay with because we were both fucking dumb. And he would get on the highway and like rip it down the fucking freeway at like 80 miles an hour, weaving in and out of traffic with me on top, just like, woo! And I can't imagine how that looked to to other people on the road. Like they must have. I don't understand why I'm not in jail. I really don't. But this is the point. Is like I'm not scared of the fucking DP. But I've been thinking about it, and I've been realizing, like, TJ, Scotty, Paul's ego, deep down, I like those guys. That's why I was friends with them back in the day. That's why I liked them in the first place. Like, they're cool. They are. I mean, they're interesting, they're smart, they're mostly into the same kinds of things I am, even though they're atheists and I'm an Orthodox Christian now, but, I don't want to fucking hurt these guys. I really don't. Like, I had to think about it. I had to look within myself, and I was like, is this really what I want? No, it's fucking not. And I'm not gonna do this shit anymore. Like, I'm just gonna fade back into obscurity and irrelevance here on YouTube and just go back to talking about like the weird nerdy shit that I'm interested in, like fucking science and politics and history and theology and shit like that, and and mild racism, but that's what I'm gonna do. Like I'm just gonna go back to fucking doing my own thing like I have been for the past however many months, and I'm letting the drama go. I'm fucking putting it down. So if they want to keep talking shit about me, great, because it's just going to send views my way, and hopefully I'll be able to parlay that into a little bit of e-begging money, and maybe some attention for my videos, which I do want people to watch. I know that if I abstain from drama, I'm going to essentially lose my star here on YouTube, and that's okay. But the point is, yeah, I mean, when I was making that video about hand spinner fidget toys, and I kind of had that realization that everybody on YouTube is a little bit autistic, it got me thinking. And it led to greater and greater introspection and greater analysis of like the meta project that is YouTube, and what it really is and what it represents. And I realized that, like, there's a lot of fucking broken people on here. There really are. Like, they're just fucked up. And, instead of pouring gasoline on the flames and just making it fucking worse, like, making guys that are already manic depressive like Paul feel even worse about themselves, cracking jokes about how he's a corny hipster and shit, which he's not. I mean, he's fucking cool. Paul is awesome. And fucking TJ is awesome. Like I'm just, I don't want to make things worse. I mean, I had that realization for a while, and then I lost it. Like, I realized, and I made a video about it, how all I've done on YouTube is hurt people and make their lives worse, and I wanted to change. And for a while I did. I was like helping Stephanie out, helping people out, fucking, and I saw defending Brett as an outgrowth of that. But if I'm defending him by hurting somebody else, like, that's not really cool. That's not helping things. That's making things worse. And yeah, like, I'm just not gonna fucking do it anymore. Like, I think this is sick. I think it's just like this big orgy of sadomasochism. It's like just people fucking taking out their insecurities on one another, and thereby making each other more and more insecure, so that they act like even bigger assholes. And we're all good people here. I mean, we're all fucking talented people. That's why we're able to, like, get on our webcams and microphones and get thousands of strangers to listen to us. Like, we have a lot to offer. We're all fucking talented, intelligent people. We should be working together and fucking making this place what it can be, and making the world a better place, not just fucking turning it into this shit show that everybody laughs at. I mean, fucking just a bunch of autistic spurgs, like, projecting their insecurities and fucking acting shitty to one another and doing it to compete for the attention and money of other autistic spurgs that don't have the guts or the inclination to make their own content, their own videos. I mean, it's fucking sick. It's sick. And I don't want to be sick anymore. I want to heal. You know, like when I go to church, that's what I go for. I'm there for the Holy Spirit to heal me. I'm there to like give my life to Jesus. And if I'm sitting here in my off time, like doing stuff like this on the internet, that's going in the wrong direction. That's a step back. And I don't want to take steps back. I want to take steps forward. So, bottom line is, I'm not retiring from YouTube, but I am retiring from drama. Permanently. At least I hope. I mean, I had this insight before and I lost it. Hopefully this time I'll be able to hold on to it a little bit longer, but like I've said before, being a Christian is all about falling and then getting back up. And I'm getting the fuck back up, dusting myself off, and starting again. Now, of course, not everybody is going to be happy with my decision to abstain from drama. And I lost a quote-unquote friend over this. So now I'm going to show you guys a little text conversation. And by the way, YouTube staff, in case Brett tries to, like, report me as doxing him or something, he posts his phone number on every single YouTube video he makes, as this picture here demonstrates. So, earlier today, Brett sends me this text and he says, "You take Paul and I'll nail Scotty." And I said, "Hold that thought." And he says, "Question mark?" And then I said, "Brett, let me ask you a question. Do you think that drama is what God wants you to do?" And Brett says, "Am I talking to King Pone today or Holy Sagan?" And I said, "Holy Sagan." And Brett says, "Oh boy, shall I call?" And I said, "Not yet." And then I said, "Just tried to call. If you want to talk, I can give you 5 minutes, but I'm busy." The reason I was busy is because I was recording the first 11 minutes of this video that you're watching right now. And then he says, "To answer your question, God has condoned drama for years and most likely to my death. Fucked with till the bitter end. God bless." And then I said, "God does not condone drama, Brett. You've got it wrong. Drama is of the devil. You need to pray on this and think about it. So you're going to stop being my friend now, I guess." And then he says, and he quotes the Bible here. He says, "Take no part in the unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them. When anything is exposed by the light, it becomes visible. For anything that becomes visible is light." Ephesians 5:11-14. Yeah. You know, Brett, it was a bad idea to hit me with that biblical verse, because it's the reason I'm showing people these text messages. I was going to just let you tell them what you wanted to tell them. Anyway, so, yeah. You know, the last time Brett stopped being friends with me and said he didn't want to be my friend anymore, it was because I refused to stop talking to Tommy from the Bronx when Tommy and Brett were having their little drama exchange with one another. Because I've known Tommy forever. I mean, he's one of my oldest and best friends here on YouTube. He's the one who hooked me up with Ocean Avani, for fuck's sake. Like, when Ocean wanted to approach me, she was too shy to do it directly, so she approached me through Tommy. It's like Tommy came to me and said, "Hey, this girl is interested in you. Do you want to talk to her? Do you want her number?" And I'm like, "Sure, yeah, let's do that." And Tommy is one of the people that warned me that Brett was just pretending to be my friend to basically use me as an attack dog against the drunken peasants. You know, everybody told me that. Everybody in my audience kept saying he's just using you, he's not really your friend, but I didn't want to believe it. You know, the problem is I try so hard to see the good in everybody. I mean, it's the same thing I went through with in Mendham. I just refuse to believe that there wasn't a decent person deep down. And I still think there is. But it's way, 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 way deep down where I can't find it. Now, in my defense, I'm not a total idiot. Here's some old texts between me and Tommy from the Bronx, and I am hiding his number so I don't dox him. And these texts were related to the interview that I did with Brett Keane, the one where I interview Brett. And Tommy says, "Let me ask you a question." And it goes nowhere, it stays with you and me. "Do you believe all of his answers? I know God is the judge, but I'm asking your opinion." And I said, "No, I don't." He said the plagiarism was a mistake, but that leaves me wondering why he made those remarks about there being nothing wrong with plagiarism shortly after. I would hate to think he put his hand on the book and lied, though, so I'm choosing to believe otherwise. But I have lied to myself before. It could be that he simply misspoke. And then Tommy says, "It's hard for me to believe any of the answers he gave that would incriminate himself. My opinion, of course, it may be that he has been telling lies for so long about those subjects that he really believes them as truth." And then I said, "People buy their own BS all the time. Human nature. That wouldn't count as a lie." So, yeah. And, you know, there were red flags for me. I mean, when Brett and I were preparing for that interview, I asked him to have a Bible ready for when we did it, and I didn't tell him why. I didn't tell him that I was going to swear him in. And he said, "Well, I only have one and I don't know where it is. It's like buried away in a plastic storage bin with a bunch of other books." And I've got to wonder why a believer doesn't have the Bible out and handy. You know, I keep mine on a little display stand in the middle of my apartment where I can always grab it when I need it, not buried in a fucking bin. Although in Brett's defense, the explanation that he gave for this to me is that he said he usually gets his biblical quotes off of the internet. So, there you go, I guess. Now, of course, as all of you know by now, Brett threw me under the bus earlier today. For the second time since the Brett versus Tommy drama, he's decided he doesn't want to be my friend anymore. And here's another little text right here. I said, "I don't have an axe to grind with you, Brett. Honestly, I'm just hurt that you were only pretending to be my friend." And Brett says, "I'm quitting YouTube after this video uploads. Enjoy your subs and views." And I said, "Don't quit YouTube over me." And the video that he's talking about uploading is, of course, the shit magnet one where he talks about what a horrible guy I am and how he begged me not to go after Paul's ego and the drunken peasants people and that poning them was all my fiendish plan. So I guess a lot of you are going to be wanting an official comment on that from me. Is Brett telling the truth that going after them was my idea? And I've had all day to think about how I'm going to respond to his claim, because I was stuck at work where I couldn't make a YouTube video, and he knew that. Well, here's my official response. Yeah, it's true. Going after them was my idea. So, drunken peasants, I hope you guys will forgive me for starting drama and bullshit with you. And Brett Keane, I hope you will forgive me for pulling you into my feud with the drunken peasants and getting you involved in drama with those guys. When Brett said he didn't want to be my friend anymore because I refused to throw Tommy from the Bronx under the bus, it hurt me. And I guess that should have been the point at which I realized, like, this guy just wants to use me as his personal hitman. But I looked past it. I looked the other way. And when I was at work tonight watching the video that he made, the shit magnet video where he throws me under the bus, yeah, it hurt. I mean, as soon as he knew that I wasn't going to do his bidding anymore and vanquish his enemies for him, he just had no further use for me, and he's like, oh, your friendship is worth nothing. And not only that, but he actually pwned me more viciously than any of the DP did. I mean, like, I was waiting for the drunken peasants to bring my estranged daughter into this drama. And maybe they have. I mean, I don't know, because without Brett to send me links to their videos that they're making about me anymore, I don't even know what those guys are saying. But to my knowledge, they haven't done that, and Brett actually did. There's a point in this I'm a shit magnet video where he says to me, everybody in your life is gone that you love. Like, none of the people you love are there for you, and it's your own fault. And it's obvious what he's talking about right there. So, the DP didn't pour salt in that wound, and you actually did, Brett.
You're the fucking guy that says that you have nothing to lose. And why don't you have anything to lose? Why? Everything that you love and care about is fucking gone. Why? Why? Whose fault is that?
And I'm not going to pretend it doesn't hurt. And I was planning on just really laying into Brett Keane when I got home and pwning him. So can I share with you guys the moment in Brett's video that softened my heart and changed my mind about hating his guts for pretending to be my friend and trying to use me as a hitman against his enemies, and then not wanting to be my friend anymore when I wanted to stop doing that? It was this moment right here.
Oh, I've got 2 vapors and not a fucking one of them work. They're annoying, and they cause you more anxiety, making you want to smoke more. I thought that these were the solution.
I wish my vapor worked. Oh, you conniving old Brett Keane. I mean, how can you really hate this guy, there was just something about that moment that was so sad and pathetic that I was just like, all right. I can't tear this guy a new one. He's done everything he can to use me up and destroy me, but I mean, it's so ineffectual and pathetic. And I want to direct your guys' attention to another part of his video.
What am I doing wrong? Can I ask you all something before I end this video? When I was making mistakes in the past and making mistakes nowadays, of course, I never claimed to be a saint. I've always admitted to being a work in progress. Instead of trying everything that you possibly can to tear me down, try to rip down my self-esteem, make me feel like shit, make me sick to my stomach, even sometimes successfully cause me to break down in tears, off camera, of course. Why didn't any of you ever try to help me? Why didn't any of you ever say, hey man, I'm here for you, man. You need somebody to talk to, you need somebody to chill with? Why? Even during the time where I was considered popular back fucking years ago, nobody ever came to me and just said, hey Brett, you're doing wrong, or hey man, you're making wrong choices and all this kind of shit. Why didn't people do that for?
See, that's the thing. Like, I know that now that the truth is out, and people know that Brett was the one pulling the strings behind all this DP drama I've been caught up in, they're just going to lash out against him harder than ever before, and he's going to be even more hated than he was to begin with, which was pretty damn hated. But I want to just make an appeal to you guys, okay? Listen. Everything Brett Keane said there is true. You know, nobody did reach out to him at all. I mean, including me. You know, I've been defending this guy against his haters in comment sections all over YouTube for years and years and years, because it just bothers me to see somebody getting bullied and ganged up on so much. There's something in me that just can't take watching that. But I didn't reach out to him personally. I didn't, you know, send him private messages or try to get in contact with him, because frankly I didn't want to be involved with Brett Keane, you know. I just saw him as this irredeemable, deceptive liar, which I mean, maybe not irredeemable, but he is a liar. You know, I didn't want to engage him one-on-one. So he really doesn't have anybody to show him how to behave. You know, my advice to a guy like Brett, all things being equal, would be you need to start going to church, man. Like, you can't just look up Bible quotes on the internet and interpret them yourself. Holy tradition is a must when you're interpreting the Bible. You can't just open the book cold and think that you're going to get the faith from a book. You know, because that's basically what Westboro Baptist does. Like, if you just open the Bible and just read shit out of it, you're going to be like, oh, no, it says here to hate fags. All right, well, hating fags, there we go. We got it. We got this Christianity thing down. No, you need guidance. You need guidance in the faith. And he can't get that because he can't leave his house. Brett can't go to church. He's agoraphobic, okay? There's a lot of things Brett can't do. Brett can't see a therapist. He can't go to sessions like I'm doing. There is no help for this guy. And one thing you have to consider is that when somebody like me, or anyone else on YouTube, when things get shitty for us on here, like let's say that everybody is just baying for the Fakesagan's blood, like the whole internet is against me, right? Well, I mean, they pretty much always have been. But like, hypothetically, let's say I cared. I could always just turn the computer off and fucking leave the house. I could go to a bar, and, you know, despite being a Spurglord YouTuber, I'm pretty good in social situations. You know, I have alternatives to this. Brett really doesn't. The internet is this guy's whole life. So, when public opinion is turned against him on the internet, I think he feels that he has no option besides pulling out all the stops to try to sway opinion in his favor. To try to curry favor with people and gain allies and try to win this war of reputation. That's really all. That's his only hope. Because if your home is the internet and you can't leave, you're a shut-in of the internet, then you better hope that the internet is a positive environment for you and that people like you and they don't see you as this reprehensible liar. Because if they do, like, you know, that's your whole world is against you. That's all you really have. So, you know, what I'm saying here. Look, guys, just look, okay? Just listen to me. Brett fucked me over, and he hurt my feelings really bad. Okay, he did. All right, he's been pretending to be my friend and playing with my emotions and using me just to be a hitman for him and pwn people that he doesn't like. I can forgive it, all right? I, the one who's been fucked over, can forgive it. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to go back to being his friend, because he's just too fucking untrustworthy. I mean, he's just too untrustworthy. I would have to be crazy. But before you turn this video off and go over to his channel and leave a bunch of hate, ask yourself this. What has he really done to you? Okay, you know what he did to me. You know what he's done to other people on YouTube. But what has he done to you? Because, you know, odds on he probably hasn't done anything, right? I think the best thing to do would be for somebody to try to help this guy. And it can't be me, okay, because I'm just done, all right? I have to be done. I need to be done for my own sanity. I mean, oh, guys, he calls me all day. He calls me at 4 a.m. He calls me while I'm asleep. The phone rings. Oh, man, I am not going to miss that. I'm not going to miss the bad grammar. I mean, guys, I've been talking about how everybody on YouTube is a little bit autistic. I am such a grammar Nazi. Bad grammar just fucking triggers me like nothing else. And it's been so trying. Oh, it's been so trying. Oh, the pain. Yeah, I'm really not going to miss that. I'm not going to miss that. But what I'm trying to say here is basically forgive him for he knows not what he does. Okay, Brett has mental health issues. He has emotional problems, and he's not hiding that. He's been very upfront about it. And I think the way he lies and manipulates people and tries to use people is just, it's a symptom of that, okay? So I'm arguing for mercy here. And basically to the DP, you know, I mean, he's all yours at this point. I'm not going to fucking defend the guy anymore, but I'm hoping you guys are going to go easy on him, and I know that you won't. It is just so depressing to watch people be people, including myself. You know, this is why I need religion. It really is. And maybe, you know, the same flaw in me that wants to see the good in Mendham and see the good in Brett Keane, despite all the evidence to the contrary, is the same flaw that makes me want to believe there's good in the universe and that there's a God. You know, that could be. But I just believe otherwise because I can see the tangible changes in my own life and in myself since I accepted Jesus Christ. And if that's real, then I have to figure there's something real. There's something going on. Okay. So my final word on all of this is that I hope you guys are going to be able to forgive Brett Keane the way I'm trying to. I won't pretend I'm not still a little bit angry and hurt. I mean, I am. But I hope you guys aren't just going to fucking tear him 10 new assholes over this. Even though you probably will. And I want to also say a final word on the DP. You know, in the drama videos that I've been making towards these guys, I've been talking about what a good time I was having and how I was having so much fun making the ponage and doing the drama. And that wasn't a lie, I was having fun. But the reason I was having fun wasn't because, I was being cruel or because they were paying attention to me and throwing views my way. The reason I was having fun is because for the first time in a long, long time, my old friends were interacting with me again. I mean, it was kind of nice to talk to those guys again after so long. Even if the only interaction was like fake bullshit drama. I liked it. I liked it. Anyway, you know, yeah, I just, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be doing some serious praying tonight. I, I don't have anything else to say. Keep it fake.